Good morning, everybody. It is the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober. I am the reason that anybody speaks about dark skin. I am the reason that anybody speaks about colorism online. Hope you guys can hear me here. Let me just make sure. Give me a second. You guys should be able to hear me. Testing 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure if y'all can hear me. Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me? Good morning, everybody. There we go. All right, there was a delay. Sorry about that. Good morning, everybody. It is the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober. I'm the reason that anybody speaks on colorism, on dark skin discrimination, on what I call dark-ism. I coined/created the word dark-ism. And I brought this topic to the internet in 2009 and developed it. And people said I was crazy. They mocked me. And now all over social media, people copy, plagiarize, rip off my original work. And I just need everybody to know that before I even get into it. All right. On June 26th, I got a play going on. It's called The Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. And you can watch it online from anywhere in the world. I don't care where you're at, wherever you're listening to me from, watching me from right now. You can watch it from the comfort of wherever you're at because it's online. It's called The Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. And the tickets are on sale right now. You can go to my website, darkskinactivist.com, and get your tickets right now. And the show is going to take place on Friday, June 26th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, if you happen to be in the Atlanta area and that quarantine is still not in effect, you can come on out to the venue where I'm going to be performing at on the same day, which is June 26th. You can scroll on down, and I'm going to be at the White Label located at 349 Decatur Street Southeast, Unit M, and that is in Atlanta, Georgia. And there's going to be a dark-ism classic discussion right after I perform A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. So you got two choices, folks. You can watch the show from online, anywhere in the world, through the magic of pay-per-view live stream, or if this quarantine is over with, you can come on out live and watch me in person. Either way, the show is going down. Understand very clearly, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge is this bomb fire ass show that tells you the real deal story on what it's like to be dark-skinned and female. And you motherfuckers could copy me all day, but you're not the dark-skinned activist. You didn't create this lane, and you'll never be who I am and have created what I've done. So you could never be me. It's not gonna happen. On your best day. World's first and only dark-skinned activist. So back in 1998, I created this platform called Dark-Skinned Activism because it came out of my own suffering as a dark-skinned Black woman. And a lot of dark-skinned people have suffered, but nobody ever created a movement to articulate their suffering. Nobody ever created a platform to articulate their suffering until the dark-skinned activist Rashida Strober did in 1998. So dark-skinned activism stems from my experience as a dark-skinned female in the world, and dark-skinned activism is fueled by the research, by the academic research, and I continue to push this platform forth through artistry, through the artistry of my plays, through my live performances, through my dark-ism talks, through my books. By the way, I've written more books on dark skin than anybody in the world. And I brought this commentary to the internet before anybody talked about dark skin or colorism online. There is only one person that I will always recognize, and her name is, I call her Cola the Great, but you might know her as Cola Booth, because she, along with myself, we're the only people that were advocating against colorism. And this was before social media. I want to repeat, before social media. And people, you know, they love the originality, they love what I do, but they're dishonest. So what people did, fast forward to 2015 when dark skin activism blew up because I called out Kendrick Lamar's dark-ism. people flocked to my channel after I had been made Donkey of the Day by Charlemagne and the Breakfast Club, and they started studying me, and they switched up their whole channels, and they started to plagiarize my work. So that is why you now see people talking about colorism. It all comes back to Rashida Strober, the world's first and only dark skin activist. Facts. All right. So whenever the spirit hits me and I have to come on and speak to you guys about anything that's related to dark-ism. And dark-ism is a word that I coined to denote and provide a framework for specifically what dark-skinned people face. Because colorism, while it's a wonderful word coined by Alice Walker in the 80s, and I am the person that informed everybody of this. Now everybody's saying Alice Walker coined the word colorism, and I've been saying this before people started saying this. You motherfuckers, y'all are so unoriginal. You never give credit. Y'all are saying this because of me, but thank you very much, because I'm the one that has been honest about it. I even teach a dark-ism course where I speak on Alice Walker and how she coined the word colorism. So I've been the first one to say this. And now everybody following my lead, but they don't give credit. So anyway, colorism doesn't go far enough to define what I experienced as a dark-skinned Black woman. So I decided to come up with this word dark-ism. And I also wrote a book called Dark-ism, 25 Ways Dark-Skinned People Are Discriminated Against, because I wanted to hone in laser sharp with a laser beam on what dark-skinned people face. And colorism didn't go far enough to address that. And I have extensively studied the colorism scholarly literature. That's how I know. So moving right along, I was just reflecting back, and I'm always reflecting as the dark-skinned activist on my situation as a dark-skinned woman. And light-skinned women, they always get the opportunities first. Some of y'all know I just did a recent interview or discussion, this talk, whatever you yell session, rant session, because it started out cordially, as most of my interviews do. And then people can't handle the truth. I was recently interviewed by Game Changer. Started out as a cordial interview, but then Game Changer couldn't handle the truth. And he is pro light skin, and he tries to pretend that he's not. And he talks about his dark skinned girlfriend, which I personally don't believe that he has a dark skinned girlfriend until he shows his dark skinned girlfriend and let the people know this is what it is, and he confirms it and he's telling the truth. Game Changer, you're pro light skin to me. He came up with this light skin song. And it really is a response to the dark-skinned activists. Everything is a response to Rashida Strober, the dark-skinned activist, whether these motherfuckers want to admit it or not. You're responding to me. People like Eddie Barrios, you created a whole channel based on Rashida Strober. You've been talking about me for years. Understand, people have based their whole channels off of Rashida Strober, and they cloak it under the guise of colorism, but it's really a response to the dark-skinned activist Rashida Strober. So, I'm always thinking. My brain never stops. My dark-skinned activist brain never stops. And, the whole thing is this. Come back to the same conclusion. Light-skinned women have always had the opportunity before dark-skinned women. They've always, and any opportunities that a dark-skinned woman creates, she's done it through her own blood, sweat, and tears. Ain't nobody gave her nothing. For example, dark-skinned activism, which I created out of my experience. I haven't had the backing and the pushing of the Black community because I'm light skinned. They steal from me now. They love my innovative, unique, original ideas that have never been heard of before. But do they push me? Do they promote me? Do they help me? No, they steal from me. This is what happens when you're a dark skinned woman. People don't push you and give you the respect that you deserve. But if you are not a dark-skinned woman, and I'm going to include brown-skinned Black women in this, I'm going to include light-skinned, anything that's not dark-skinned, including brown-skinned Black women, you are always going to be given opportunity first. And people would love to come and holler about Oprah Winfrey. Don't talk to me about Oprah Winfrey, because Oprah Winfrey got her opportunity from Oprah Winfrey and from white people. Okay? Oprah Winfrey got her opportunity not from Black people pushing her, not from, even to this day, with the scandal that went down a couple of months ago. God rest his soul, Kobe Bryant. You understand? People demonized Oprah Winfrey, and she had nothing to do with the interview that her best friend Gail had, given to Lisa Leslie when Kobe Bryant's issue came up. But somehow it got blamed on the dark-skinned Black woman, Oprah Winfrey, who had nothing. Oprah Winfrey didn't interview Lisa Leslie. Oprah Winfrey did not interview her. Kobe Bryant's name did not come out of Oprah Winfrey's mouth, but yet Oprah Winfrey got bashed. And so that's just an example of how dark-skinned women, even if they do attain a level of success, were never fully supported by the Black community. I've never felt fully supported by the Black people have half-assed me. All they've done on social media is stole from me. And yes, I'm going to fucking talk about it. And if you don't like that, I see people come in my comment section, get the fuck off my channel. You don't have to like it. I don't need your permission to like what I'm saying about Black folks on YouTube coming to my channel and ripping off my work. I don't fucking need your, I'm going to talk about it until I feel like stopping talking about it. People like Eddie Barrios, the most views you got on your channel, Eddie Barrios, is from talking about Rashida Strober. And you're a Puerto Rican dark-skinned person. I'm not for sure if you're all the way Black. You're probably mixed. So people always use dark-skinned women. They always use dark-skinned women. That's how it goes. And this is all dark-ism, and I'm going to talk about it. This is what the fuck I do, bitch. I'm the dark-skinned activist. I rule and I run this whole dark-skinned lane. I created it. So I'll talk about all things dark-skinned. And, I have these wonderful catchphrases that motherfuckers get angry. They say, oh, you're narcissistic. But I have these wonderful catchphrases. Bitches will listen to me and go back and use it on their channel. That's what people have been doing to me for years. But you're not the dark-skinned activist. You didn't originate this lane. You didn't originate this lane. Examples. Vanessa Williams. And let me provide a disclaimer here. Let me provide you guys with a disclaimer. This disclaimer, the dark-skinned activist disclaimer, this is not about bashing light-skinned women. This is not what this is. This is not about bashing light-skinned women at all. This is about telling the historical truth. Understand? And y'all gotta forgive my voice here because I talk a lot, and it's kind of, I get blamed for being manly. Somebody just called me a man the other day because of my voice, but light-skinned women with strong voices, they don't get deemed manly. They don't. But somebody just called me a man because of my voice, and y'all know I talk a lot. So I'm sipping some tea over here. Green tea mixed with pomegranate. I'm fasting. That's one of the things that I do to keep my immune system going, especially in this with dealing with this coronavirus. But I've been a faster. I've been a vegan. So this is what the fuck I do anyway. It's nothing new. It's nothing new for me anyway. But disclaimer. This is not about bashing light-skinned women. This is not about bashing light-skinned women. This is not what this is. I'm the motherfucking dark-skinned activist. I created this lane, and I talk about anything that has to do with dark-ism, dark-skin discrimination, as it relates to Black people around the world. This is what the fuck I do. This is not about bashing. I am also a historian and a social commentator. And for you haters out there that are jealous and envious of me, you want to try to disparage me, and that even when you get your degree as a dark-skinned Black woman, they still will put Black non-dark-skinned women above you. But the fact of the matter is, I have a bachelor's degree in history from the University of South Florida. The fact of the matter is, I have a master's degree in political science from the University of South Florida. The fact of the matter is, I taught at the college level for 2 years. I did teach American national government, which is outside of, my discipline, but this particular college I taught at, their requirements was as long as you have a master's degree in a particular area, you're qualified to teach. So I taught for a couple of years, and I've been an educator for a couple of years, and I teach a course called dark-ism, which is only right because I coined the term dark-ism, and I teach that course. So I'm an educator. I'm a person that deals with historical phenomena. I'm a person that deals with political phenomena as it relates to dark skin. This is what the fuck I do. And this is my fucking style. You don't tell me how to deliver because you bitches watching me and you want to be me. Trust me, I know. But you water the shit down. You listen to the dark skin activists, you gain the originality, the intellect, and you go back to your channels and you water the shit down. But fuck you because you're not the dark skin activist. So I do things my fucking way. That's how this gonna go because I created this link. But to provide a context of why I speak on light-skinned women in this particular day and this particular topic, is this is historical. If you go back to slavery, after dark-skinned people, dark-skinned slaves, they came over here and they were enslaved. Europeans, the slave masters, they started to rape dark-skinned female slaves, and they produced mulatto. That's the term, a historical term that can be used. They started to produce mulatto offspring, light skin. You can call them light skin, mulatto offspring that attained privilege. And so this has a historical precedent, and no one can. You'd be a fucking fool to deny what I'm saying. You're not going to beat me based on what is factual. You can get angry. You can get into your feelings. You can become emotional, which a lot of you are. And I'm emotional myself. It's my phone ringing. Hold on, y'all. Let's see. You can get emotional, but I deal with facts. And the light-skinned female privilege, where they're chosen first, stems directly from slavery. Stems directly from the creation of a buffer race of light-skinned people who always got the privilege before the dark-skinned people. All facts. And they didn't have to be smarter. And I'm not saying that light-skinned people are not smart. I'm not saying that light-skinned people are not pretty. I'm saying that their light-skin trumps smartness and prettiness and all these things that are associated with why a person should have advantages in a righteous way. I'm saying that the light skin is placed first. Understand me clearly. And these assumptions about intelligence and goodness are made based on light skin. Conversely, assumptions that are negative are made about people that are dark skinned, that we are not good enough. We are not pretty enough. We are not smart enough. We are not moral enough. And it's all based on skin tone. So there is a historical foundation, a historical precedent as to why the dark-skinned activists would have the audacity to make a live about light-skinned women getting anything before dark-skinned women, because it's historical. I mean, I know we're talking about light-skinned women and their historic privilege and getting first dibs before dark-skinned women, but we can even point out, let's just Google him. Let's do this. Barack Obama. Now, Barack Obama is the so-called first. We'll get that picture of him. That's a nice picture of him. Barack Obama is the first. He's deemed to be the first Black president. And he's actually not, but because he's light-skinned and biracial, his historical light-skinned, biracial, mulatto privilege kicks in to where this one drop rule, which is actually a flaw in logic, it makes no sense. Makes no sense. The one drop rule. When we talk about the one drop rule, we are talking about a nonsensical law that when you really think about it, it's a fallacy, people. The one drop rule, and I know this is going to shake some of you up and make some of you upset because you did so well in your social studies and your history classes learning about the one drop rule, and you probably got an A on your exams and your tests. But the one drop rule is a fallacy, people. One drop of black blood does not make you black. The one drop rule is a fallacy. It is a flaw in logic. It is misleading. It is unethical. It is an unsound argument. So just get it out your head. I'm trying to help y'all here. I told you, I have a master's degree in political science and a bachelor's degree in history. And I have to be honest. One drop of blood, black blood, does not make you black. It makes you mixed. Let us be honest. If you go to Africa, and I have a friend who I went to college with. He's now a PhD. Shout out to you, Alex. Dr. Kumi. Very dark skin, pitch black. Nice white teeth. And he's from Ghana, and we would have these discussions, and he's from the continent. He's from the motherland, and he told me the one drop rule does not exist in Africa. It doesn't make sense. You can't say over in Africa that one drop of black blood makes you black. The one drop rule was a law or a rule that was created to benefit Europeans. Let us understand. Do your own research. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm arrogant about it. I don't give a fuck. I'm not teaching at nobody's college. I'm teaching at the Dark Skin Activist College. I can say what the fuck I want. You can go do your own research. You're free to do that. You will find that the one drop rule was created for the benefit of Europeans because they needed to figure out what are we going to do with the offspring of the slave master and these beautiful dark-skinned African women. What are we going to do? What are we going to do about this? And so a lot of the laws that were created in America were created out of convenience. Understand clearly what we're dealing with here. I could take y'all, I could take y'all to motherfucking school, but y'all need to be paying me for this shit. Y'all need to be motherfucking, in fact, let me put my Cash App up, because y'all need to be paying me. Y'all need to be fucking paying me. Where's my fucking money at? Cash App is $Rashidalala. I'm gonna throw that up in there. Cash App me. The money goes towards the production of my play, A Dark-Skinned Woman's Revenge. Cash App me. How could a stoic one? You said so. We've gone back to slavery, honey, sweetheart, darling, sugar dumpling, sugar pie. We cannot talk about light-skinned privilege without speaking about its origins. And it goes all the way back to slavery. Don't you understand? I thought you was educated. I thought you was educated. I thought you understood these things. Some of y'all come up on here and y'all claim to be so smart. Y'all be mad at me because I cuss. Motherfucker, just fuck you. But I'm smarter than you on my fucking worst day. I can prove my contentions based on history. I can prove my contentions based on historical fact. Okay? I cannot talk to you about Vanessa Williams' light-skinned privilege without clearly stating that this is historical. Her privilege This woman is biracial. She's not fully black, but yet she was crowned the first black, I believe it's the Miss America. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong on that part, but I believe she was deemed to be the first black woman to win the Miss America crown. How is it that a biracial woman can be crowned the first black woman to win the Miss America crown when she herself is not fully black? Well, it's a historical precedent that was set where during and after slavery, especially during the Reconstruction era, where light-skinned, mulatto, black people, they were given the privileges. They were given all the privileges of being the first ones to succeed in the black community. They were the leaders of the black community. This is historical fact. Y'all supposed to be educated now. I told y'all to go do y'all motherfucking research now. Don't try to come for me. Go do your fucking research and then come back and talk to me. I can't believe you have the audacity to ask me why I'm talking about slavery in light of the fact that I speak on present day light skin privilege. I can't talk about present day light skin privilege without going back to slavery. Are you insane? Are you understanding what you're asking me? I'm actually insulted that you would even ask me that question. When you come off as being this so-called educated, not even educated, I'm gonna fucking say educated because I'm dark-skinned and I'm dumb. I'm stupid. Child. Make it make sense. Make it make motherfucking sense to me. How dare you? Stoic one, you're not making any sense, and I'm gonna stop addressing you because your question and your statements don't make sense. I cannot talk about current darkism without talking about the historical foundations of darkism. It's impossible. In fact, I would be a fraud, a fool, and a liar if I left out the historical origins of where this current light skin privilege comes from. It is a trajectory, sweetheart. Hold on one second. Excuse me. Hold on one second. Okay, guys, I'm back. Y'all gotta bear with me for a second here. The maintenance came out today. I didn't know that it was gonna be. I didn't know that it was gonna be coming. So I'm gonna still keep going, but that's why I had to take a little pause there. So if I take another little pause there, that's the reason why. Just to let you guys know. And I want to say thank you to Teresa. Thank you, Teresa, for the Cash App. I appreciate that there. I really do appreciate it. And if you guys want to, Cash App me, the Cash App is $Rashida Lala. Once again, that's $Rashida Lala. If you guys want to go to my GoFundMe, the link is there. Give me a second here. I'll just go ahead and throw that in the. I will throw that in the chat. Give me 1 second. And if you guys want to go to my PayPal, you can go to icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And thank you very much for that, Teresa, because the thing is, I would prefer for you guys not to do the super chat, because super chat, YouTube takes too long. They take way too long to pay you the money. So I don't really want you guys to donate to that super chat. Okay. But thank you very much, Teresa. I really appreciate that. Thank you. But Stoic one. Let me get back to the comments here. Give me a second here. The Stoic one, you just keep harping on current day. And I don't think that you're understanding the overall point that I'm making here. I'm reading some of your comments. You said, so you're speaking about one-off beauty pageants. Well, I'm speaking about a lot of different things. It's not just about one area. It's not just about beauty pageants. It's about life in general. It's in all areas of life. It's all the way up in corporate America. It's all the way down to the bagger that works at the dollar store, or the cashier that works at a fast food restaurant. It's not about that. It's a larger picture that you're missing here. And I don't know. I think you're smart enough to understand that. I think that you might be just doing this on purpose, because that's you from Game Changers camp, and that's what y'all do. Okay. What I noticed that y'all do, Game Changer and his camp, y'all will start off with, like Game Changer did when I was talking to him on Saturday. He started off real slow and slick, pretending that he understood where I was coming from, pretending that he understood the issue, and even agreeing with me. And then he quickly jumped ship. He quickly, I would say probably, y'all can go back and listen to the interview. I would say about maybe 20 minutes into our talk, into our discussion, he allowed me the floor, and he presented what he had to say first, and then he allowed me the floor to present what I had to say first. Kind of reminds me of my Tommy Sotomayor interview back in 2014, but I didn't know. Sometimes I could be kind of naive and not really know what I'm dealing with, because that's just the honesty that I have, to where I'm just like, okay, if someone wants to talk to me about dark-ism, I'm gonna talk to you about it, and I'm gonna do it. I'm always coming from an honest place. And then I spoke for about, I want to say maybe 10 to 15 minutes, and he began to overtalk me. He began to rise up, and he began to show his true colors. So Stoic, with that being said, I already know that you from his camp. I already know that you over there listening to him and watching him and listening to what he has to say. And so y'all all have the same sort of style, where y'all will come in like a snake, and y'all will slither y'all way in, and then you bite. So, with that being said, I already know that the issues that I'm speaking on are real. You know that there is a historical precedent to what I'm saying. You know that what I'm saying exists. At the end of the day, people pick sides. Listen, After all the evidence, just like if you go up in a court of law and the two attorneys, they bring the defense and the prosecution, they bring their evidence. Everybody brings their evidence. They bring their best. If they're on their A game, they're going to try to bring their A game with the evidence, right? And they present this to either the judge or the jury. And the judge and the jury, they decide. You make a decision. You understand? And some people, even if they have all the evidence and all the proof in the world to substantiate an argument, they still lose. And that's why you see innocent people ending up going to prison or even ending up on death row. Because sometimes, even when you have the truth, even when you have the facts, everything is lined up, people will still, for whatever reason, for whatever agenda that they have going, they will still say, nope, I am not going to agree with this. Nope, I'm still going to send you to prison for the rest of your life. Nope, I'm still going to mistreat you. I'm still going to not listen to you. Okay? And that's what I feel that comes from people like Game Changers Camp and Stoic. You're a part of that camp. In light of all the evidence, no pun intended, in light of all the evidence, they will still, because that's what Game Changer did. Y'all go back and listen to that interview that I don't even know if I want to call it an interview, but if y'all go back and listen to the discussion that we had, interview, whatever, I'm using these words interchangeably, you will clearly hear him agree with me. And then he just goes off. He goes off. And then it's like he's hearing what I'm saying, but he doesn't care. He has his own agenda. That's why I said I don't believe that his girlfriend is dark skinned. I don't believe it. I think he's lying. I think he's making that up. And again, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. He needs to present evidence and prove it. I'm a person that I go off of evidence. I go off of facts. I don't have to like you. If you come to me and you present facts to me that something is true, and you showing me the evidence, and I can clearly see that this is the truth, it's not about me liking you. That's not the issue. It's about, do you have the facts and the evidence to substantiate your claim, your contention? That's what I look at. I don't look at popularity and likability. And that's the problem here. The problem is people are too focused on the cult of personality instead of the cult of truth, instead of the cult of honesty, instead of the cult of facts. People are focused on, do I like this person? Does this person make me laugh? Does this person make me feel good? Instead of looking at the hardcore facts, is saying, okay, can I change my behavior based on what is the truth? But we live in a society where people don't do that. People will not do that. Now, one thing I will say, I know that Percy Sherrod, shout out to you, you wanted me to talk about the coronavirus and what I felt about the coronavirus. I think that when you have pandemics like this, I think that it's a wake-up call for people. Sometimes you will have a wake-up call like the coronavirus, and I hope everybody's being safe, but you will have a wake-up call where people will wake up and they'll finally face the truth of a particular situation. They'll finally face the truth that, the American working people have already been in dire straits regarding jobs and unemployment and low wages. And, there's been people that have been saying this for years, but now some of these people are actually feeling the truth. They're forced to deal with it. You understand what I'm saying? They're forced to face it because now you got businesses that have been literally shut down. They're not even in operation no more because of the coronavirus. People have had to close their doors. People are losing revenue left and right. So sometimes you have situations that will happen that will force people to face the facts, force people to face the truth, come to terms with the truth. And my thing is, I'm trying to really understand. I'm trying to push this, but I'm trying to, as a social theorist, I'm trying to understand, when is this going to happen with darkism? When are these men going to face the truth and actually deal with it? Because that's literally what I'm asking them to do. I'm not asking you to make a song in opposition to what I'm saying when you know I'm actually telling you the truth. I'm not asking you to create new barriers, like going back to Game Changer, the new dark-ism, the new barrier that he created is this competition thing, where it was never a question of competition prior to dark skin activism. People never talked about women having to compete, Black women having to compete. It was never a question of competition. And I've asked you guys, I said, be honest with me. Show me the evidence prior to dark skin activism. Show me the evidence to where, you know, you had Black men talking about competing for them. Show me where this evidence was. But y'all cannot be honest and come up with something factually substantial, something tangible where I could look at it and I could say, okay, this was the case. Okay, let me examine this. You never will. Like I said, Game Changer over-talked me. When he got frustrated with the facts that I had presented, when it wasn't fitting his narrative, when it wasn't making him and his audience fit, because I know that you're pandering, a Game Changer. He panders to his audience. I don't pander to my audience. I tell the truth. I've been accused of pandering to my audience, but I actually don't. I've actually, sometimes I will lose supporters because I'm willing to be honest and tell the truth. So I don't pander to my audience, but Game Changer is a panderer. This man panders to his audience. And when what I was saying was not fitting his narrative, he didn't like what I was saying. When he didn't like what I was saying, he began to overtalk me and yell over me. That's what he was doing. Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much. You can lock it. Yes, sir. Thank you. When what I was saying wasn't fitting his narrative, he got all up in his feelings, and you know, his true colors came out. And that's why I said he is pro light skin. I don't believe that this man has a dark skinned girlfriend, because ain't no way in hell you're going to become that enraged over what I'm saying in actual facts about dark skin discrimination. You're not going to, this guy was so mad, y'all. He was really upset. Okay. And I just don't understand that if you know that what I am saying is the truth, that this privilege exists where dark-skinned women are being mistreated and we are the last chosen, why do you become so angry about that? That's another thing. They're very angry. The anger, the rage. And then they flip it, y'all. Listen to what I'm saying here. They will flip it and blame the dark-skinned woman. And I've been the brunt of this. Rashida Strober, fuck all these other chicks out here talking about dark skin, because y'all, a lot of y'all have been stealing from me and y'all ain't honest. Y'all won't tell the truth. The fact of the matter is I'm the fucking original here. And I've been telling the truth since day one. People like Egypt Ann, shout out to her. She know, she's giving acknowledgement. I've been taking these fucking real hits before anybody started talking about anything to do with colorism. Okay, they abused me verbally and they abused me on a mental level. This is what they do. They're very enraged. They attack me. And for those of you that always want to holler about my delivery, when I came out, I was talking nice and sweet. None of that does any good. That's what I try to tell you. You can't tell me about this lane, because I've dealt with it from all angles and aspects, and none of it gets me any type of love, gets me any type of care, gets me any type of respect. They will still go on to praise light-skinned women. And that's what he does. That's what Game Changer does. The irony of it, y'all, think about that. How you got a dark-skinned girlfriend, but you making a song in praise of light-skinned women, talking about they're the best, they're more cleaner, they look better. But you got a dark-skinned girlfriend and you doing all of this? Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I'm trying to say, make this whole thing make sense. Because this dude, Game Changer, is not making sense. It's not making sense. Veg 48, no, you're wrong. The fact of the matter is that dark-skinned men cannot empathize with dark-skinned women. Y'all can't, not all, But the ones that's up here on social media, y'all make, I'm not going to accept that, what you're saying, Badge 48, because I know that it's not the truth. Being in this game and dealing with this for so long, I know it's not true. I know I did not curse Tommy Sotomayor out. I did not yell at him. He was defensive. Okay. Now, I'm not going to bring up Tommy Sotomayor in terms of a beef, because I don't no longer have no beef with Tommy Sotomayor. That shit been squashed a long time ago. I came on his show back in 2014. Okay. I went back on there and reconciled with him in 2017. I have no beef with Tommy Sotomayor. Okay. So I'm not going to make this about him, but I was just making a point to you that in the whole, looking at this on the whole, I feel, and these are my fucking feelings, and I don't have to fucking, I don't have to get co-signing from y'all. This is what I feel. This is what I think. And I'm not going to allow people to browbeat me into submission in terms of me not speaking on how I feel. Y'all ain't finna do that. That'd be a cold day in hell. I'm going to speak the fucking truth of how I feel. I've been taking these hits. I'm the only one that's actually myself and Cola Booth. We the only one that have taken the real hits for dark skin. The only one, the fucking real deal. Okay. I'm going to allow people to browbeat me into submission like that. On the whole, I would argue that a lot of black men and a lot of dark-skinned black men, they don't feel for what dark-skinned women are feeling. They fucking don't. And it's the shit that enrages me is that we've been going through this shit for years before there was a fucking social media. And y'all know this. And yet you would still put non-dark-skinned women on a pedestal. It's low down and it's fucking dirty. It's low. You're low down for that. Straight up. Straight up. And I'm not gonna concede. I'm not gonna fucking concede the point to anybody. I'm gonna stand firm in what I'm saying. I'm not conceding the point. And because I know that I'm telling the truth. I know that I'm telling the truth. You hollering by empirical evidence, Stoic one. Only thing I would tell you to do is you haven't done your research on me. You people like Eddie Barrios, you haven't. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. You're listening to the person that created the entire lane regarding dark skin activism being the first platform to address colorism and darkism. And I have presented empirical evidence, qualitative and quantitative research. It's right. It's all over YouTube. Go look at some of my interviews and you will see this. Go look at the interviews that I've done with Sarnetta TV on Black News 101. The debates I've done. I'm so tired of talking about it because it's a show of disrespect to me that you haven't taken the time to do your research. You know, I was out in Bronx when I did my show out in New York. I did a show in Brooklyn and I did a show in Harlem, and I was interviewed by 950 Lounge in Bronx. Shout out to those guys, because the interviewer, he actually did his research on me before he interviewed me. And that to me is the greatest show of respect. Brother Saladin, he actually did his research on me. He knew that I had a dark skin glossary of terms, which is the first dark skin glossary of terms. You can't really talk to me if you're not doing your research on me. Like I'm going to stop taking interviews from people if they don't go back and look at my research. If you haven't read my books, if you haven't looked at my interviews and my lectures where I have presented empirical, qualitative, and quantitative research, and I'm not going to define that for you. Go look that up. Then why do I need to even waste my time talking to you? You're disrespecting my legacy. I've done the most work on dark skin in terms of advocacy. I've done the fucking most. You can't even talk all these people that's just coming on YouTube. I would dare to even say you're beneath me. You're beneath me because you haven't done your research, but you talk trash about the dark skin activists. Make that shit make sense. I'm gonna leave that alone because you pissing me off. I'm a fucking leave that alone because you're not making sense. You're not making sense. It's so disrespectful. But again, hold up. Let's go back to Vanessa Williams. If I was light skinned, if I look like this right here, they wouldn't have no problem. If I look like this right here, they would respect my scholarship. They would respect the lane that I created. but it is a show of disrespect because I'm a dark-skinned woman. That's why they doing this shit. It's the elephant in the room. If I look like Vanessa Williams, if I was mixed race like her, I'd be given all kinds of accolades and all kinds of titles, and I'd have money thrown at me galore. If I looked like Halle Berry, I'd be given all kinds of accolades. I'd be given all types of awards. You understand what I'm saying? If I had the right complexion, if I had the right hair. You understand? Because this is what the black man respects. This is what the black man desires. This is what the black man sees as more beautiful. This is what the black man sees as more intelligent. This is what the black man sees as more feminine. Okay? This is what the black man sees as marriage material. This is what it is. I'm presenting facts. This is what the black man puts on a pedestal. And this is why light-skinned women will always get the rewards of society, the monetary rewards, the educational rewards, the housing, the big bank accounts, the good credit. Even remember Kevin Hart said dark-skinned women had bad credit. This is why light-skinned women will always get first dibs. They will always get first dibs on everything, because the black man perpetuates this. We already know that white society is going to perpetuate darkism, because white people are white. Obviously, they're going to get everything first. So as you go down the spectrum, the color spectrum, understand that the lighter you are, you're going to get the benefits first. And the black man helps to perpetuate that, because if they were against it, they would listen to what I'm saying, and they would marry more dark-skinned women, wealthy black men, middle-class black men, lower-class black men. It don't matter. They would say, you know what? These are my dark-skinned queens, and I'm going to propel them, and I'm going to help to make them equal. I'm going to do my part to help make them equal. But they will not do that, because they don't really want that. They want to keep the hierarchy going. They want to. That's why they make up all these excuses about dark-skinned women not being feminine. Okay? That's why they make up this new paradigm cloaked in, it's called competition, but it's really the new darkism. I'm going to make a whole fucking live. And stop stealing my work. Don't come up on here stealing my fucking work, because y'all bitches steal, and that pisses me off. I'm going to make a new live called Competition is the New Darkism. Okay? And I can be honest enough to say, Game Changer, you're inspiring that, because you're the one that keeps peddling this fucking competition thing onto dark-skinned women. But you're really pro light skin. You claim that you mean that competition is for all women, but you're not being honest. You're lying. You're a liar. You're a liar. You are a bold-faced liar at that. Competition is really only for dark-skinned women. They're telling dark-skinned women, listen, I've had to work so fucking hard myself as a dark-skinned black woman, and I still ain't got half of what I deserve. You only gonna get a few tokens. That's why I wrote the book, Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. Y'all need to get my book. If y'all cash out me $40, that's how much my book costs. I'll send you a copy of Token Dark Girl. Okay, there's only a few Token Dark Girls. Let me go to my website here, so y'all can see the book, Token Dark Girl. Token Dark Girl, the It Dark Girl of the Moment. $40. There's only going to be a few tokens out there, like Oprah Winfrey. That's going to make it. Okay? Oprah Winfrey she made it against the odds, and she didn't make it because of the black community. Y'all need to fucking understand that. Y'all always coming for Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey did not make. I listened to interviews before there was YouTube. Okay, where this woman is telling you her story about how her interactions with the black community. There was one interview that I listened to. I denoted it in my book, where Oprah Winfrey was speaking about how when she started to get some success, some of her people didn't like it, and she was trying to compensate for that. She was trying to please them. This is what we're expected to do as dark-skinned women. We're always expected to bow down and kowtow. And when you got a dark-skinned woman like the dark-skinned activist who was saying, hell fucking no, I'm not bowing down to people like Beyonce. For what? I'm not finna be the lap dog like Hog Mog is. Game Changer got Hog Mog on his channel. She always coming up on there with her lap. She's a fucking lap dog. Hog Mog is a lap dog, y'all. They want me, if you play the lap dog role, dark-skinned women, they're gonna love you. And they're really not gonna love you. They're just only using you. They're only using you. They're not going to really stand up and step up for you. You're in it by yourself. Look at B. Smith. Look at B. Smith. Hold up. B. Smith, a beautiful dark-skinned woman. And look what her dark-skinned husband did to her. B. Smith. Look what God bless her soul. She passed away. That man went and got him a white girlfriend. That's the girlfriend right there he got while this lady had Alzheimer's. She put him on. She put him on. She gave her wealth to a black man. She was self-made. She got the money first. It wasn't him marrying this dark-skinned black woman, giving her money. They'll never fucking do that to you. What a black man that's balling with these dark-skinned women, putting money in our pocket. Where my motherfucking money at? Y'all got to ask these questions. Where are the black men that are lining the pockets of dark-skinned black women? It's usually the reverse. B. Smith is a quintessential example of what can happen to you as a dark-skinned black woman. They use you. They use you while they bolster and take care of light-skinned and white women. This is what the fuck they do. Y'all can be mad. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Rest in peace, B. Smith. Because karma is going to get him. Karma is going to get him. But y'all mad at Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey ain't giving up her money to y'all. She ain't giving y'all her money. That's why you mad. You can't control Oprah Winfrey. And B. Smith, you could tell this woman's sweet as pie. You could just look at her demeanor. That's just as sweet as she want to be. And look at how this dark-skinned black man did. Let me show y'all the thanks that he gave her for making him wealthy, for putting him on, for giving him a nice lifestyle. This is the woman that he brought, this white woman, in her house, in this woman's house, laid up with this woman while your dark-skinned wife was sick. This is what we got to look forward to. Y'all black women, y'all better be careful what you're dealing with, man. I'm telling you. You better be careful what you're dealing with because, listen, this is not a game. It's not a game. You got to really, really vet these men and make sure that they really are into you because we give more. We give more. We give more. We give more than anybody else. We're always expected to give more. But what are we being given in return? What are we being given in return? Answer that question. What are we being given in return as dark-skinned black women? While we out here holding down the household, while we out here supporting these men when they ain't got no job, okay? While we out here, when they go to jail, we right there for them, putting money on their books. You understand? When they mess up, when they need a shoulder to cry on in private, what are we getting in return for all of this? We're being told that we got to work harder. That's what we're being told. That we're not good enough. That the bar is always going to be higher for us. And these bars were never in place before dark skin activism came onto the scene. Now all of a sudden, it's not good enough that we're nice and we got natural hair and we making all the money. We still have higher bars to jump. And it's darkism. It's straight darkism. Even on BET, y'all remember BET? Y'all remember Rachel? They always gave light-skinned women opportunities to be host on BET. And I hated BET for that. And to this day, you know what I'm saying? What they doing now because of social media, they trying to dip in on the dark skin thing. That's what BET. But historically, we all know, if you grew up, I grew up a child in the 80s, in the 90s, we all know that they gave the opportunities to the light-skinned, good-haired women first. All facts. All facts. What's the other host? What's the other host? Sherry Carter. Light skin. BET is so guilty of darkism. They'll let a dark-skinned black man, because there go Donnie Simpson right there. They don't mind about a dark-skinned black man being the host. But when it came to the female host, they had to be light-skinned. That's Sherry Carter right there. There she go right there. And she has, obviously, you can see she got that good hair. That's Sherry Carter right there. They gave all the opportunity to the light-skinned women as hosts on BET. And they wanted all of us to bow down and follow them. They gave them the economic opportunity. Okay? Because if you're giving them a job, you're giving economic opportunity. Straight up. Unlike Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey was a dark-skinned black woman that created her own. Black people ain't give her nothing. But it was the black people that was giving the light-skinned women in the days of BET hosts. They was giving them all the opportunity. Who else? Hold up. Who else? I ain't done yet. And if they did bring a darker black woman on there, you had people like, hold on, let me type in her name, because most of them was light skinned straight up. But Free from 106 and Park, she wasn't dark skinned. She wasn't hold on, 106 and Park. She wasn't dark skinned. There go Free right there. She was on the brown side. See, they never would give an opportunity to a darker skinned black woman. And now, mind you, I actually like Free. She was probably the only host on there I liked. But she wasn't dark skinned. She was brown skinned. She was brown skinned. We could clearly see that. She was not dark skinned at all. At all. And then when they got rid of Free, when Freedom left the show, who did they bring on there? They really went light skinned. What that chick name? Hold up. Hold up. This who they brought on there. This woman that ain't even black. Roxy. And what's the other one? Jaleesa. That's Roxy right there. See how they got lighter? You see that? See, I ain't got to make this shit up. They always give the opportunity to the light-skinned women first. There go Roxy right there. This woman is not even black. She's not even black. BET, Black Entertainment. But you got a woman that, as a host, that's not even black, taking away opportunities from dark-skinned black women. It's darkism. It's straight fucking darkism. Straight up. This is what the black community does to dark-skinned black women. And now they brought their bullshit online. And they're creating new forms of darkism, talking about competition. Talking about competition. Let me tell you something. Oprah Winfrey she probably would have never made it on BET. Oprah Winfrey is too dark. Let's type in Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey probably would have never made it on BET. If you notice, Oprah Winfrey was on, she's been on mainstream white networks, and she had to build her own damn network to make it, because she dark skinned, honey. She dark skinned. BET ain't trying to give no dark skinned host the opportunity, especially being on the dark side and heavyweight. And Oprah Winfrey got more talent in her peaky, honey. She got more talent in her peaky, honey. Okay, y'all could be mad at Oprah Winfrey, but I'm not mad at Oprah Winfrey, because I see the darkism in the whole thing. Y'all could be pissed off at Oprah Winfrey all day and all night. I've never been mad at Oprah Winfrey on the simple fact, because she's a dark-skinned black woman and she fucking self-made. The black community did not make Oprah Winfrey, honey. Oprah Winfrey came back and gave black people opportunity, honey. Okay, so y'all can hate on Oprah Winfrey all day and all night. I put all my money I got in the bank that BET would have never gave Oprah Winfrey a hosting opportunity, honey. All that went to people like Rachel. Oprah Winfrey would have never been able to stand in the place of Rachel from BET, honey. Okay, let's not ever get that twisted. Let's not ever get that twisted, honey. And Oprah Winfrey was fully black. But y'all want me to come for Oprah Winfrey. I'm never going to come for Oprah Winfrey. She's a self-made, dark-skinned Black woman, honey. Let's get off of her, because these light-skinned women, they're handed opportunities. Let's be honest. These chicks are handed opportunity because they're light-skinned, honey. They're handed opportunity. It's handed to them. Here you go. Here you go. You're light-skinned, so here you go. Here you go. But honey, Oprah Winfrey, honey, is the real boss. She's the real boss. Dark-skinned women, y'all better take note. That's why they mad at Oprah Winfrey. That's why they pissed off at her. She's the real boss. She's the real damn boss. And you got to respect it. You got to respect it. She got her own network. Own Oprah Winfrey network. She had to build her own. And the underlying reason is darkism. I'm saying it's darkism. I ain't never met Oprah Winfrey a day in my life. But it's darkism. This is my assessment of the situation. Them Black men, them Black executives at BET, I don't believe they would have ever gave Oprah Winfrey a shot. Ever. That's why she went out and created her own opportunity. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Stoic one, bullshit. This is what I'm saying. Y'all motherfuckers will make up every excuse in the book not to give a dark-skinned woman an opportunity. That's what y'all do. Y'all will make up every fucking excuse. And you sit up here talk about, but Oprah Winfrey is not as physically appealing. Well, those light-skinned women aren't as talented as Oprah Winfrey. Rachel is not as talented as Oprah Winfrey. Exactly, Veg 48. Veg 48 said Oprah got the, hold on, let me get back on Oprah. Oprah got the last, you said Oprah got the last laugh billionaire. Didn't worry about being dark-skinned, focused on improving herself. And you're right, she didn't. I think she probably did quietly though. But that's not the point. The point that I'm making is we don't get the opportunities. Why the fuck do we have to work so hard? When these light-skinned non-Black women, they can come up on Black networks and they can get all the opportunity in the world. That's darkism. Come on now. That's my point that I'm making. They don't have to work as hard as we do. I ain't gonna pick nobody else. Oprah Winfrey is the quintessential, because if we're dealing with fairness and talent, then Oprah Winfrey, she should have been a host on BET, Black Entertainment Network. I mean, that's what the fuck she does. She's Black. She's an entertainer. Where was her opportunity? It's called darkism. It's called darkism. It's called darkism. You know what? The Black men on here, I ain't gonna even read y'all comments no more, because y'all doing nothing but fucking pissing me off. I only want to hear about it. I only want to hear what you got to say, because y'all are in denial and y'all are liars. Y'all will make up any type of lie to justify your darkism. Y'all make up any type of lie to keep your darkism going. Facts. Facts. I done said what I had to say. It's 1:45. I didn't know it was that late. I got to get out of here, y'all. I want to thank y'all for taking the time to watch the world's first and only dark skin activist today. I appreciate that. I want to let everybody know that on June 26th, you can watch my play online from anywhere in the world. It's pay-per-view live stream. You can watch it online. It's at 7:30 p.m. So don't worry if the quarantine is still going, we good, because you can watch this show online. It's called The Dark Skinned Woman's Revenge. And you can get your tickets. They are on sale right now. Go to my website, darkskinactivist.com. Once again, that is darkskinactivist.com. I'm going to put the link there in the chat box, and all the information is actually in the description to this video. So go to darkskinactivist.com and get your tickets. Click the buy now button, and you can go ahead and purchase your online tickets. If you happen to be in Atlanta and the quarantine is not in effect anymore, you can come out to the venue, which is at the White Label, located at 349 Decatur Street Southeast, Unit M. And you can click the buy now button and you can get your tickets for that. And we're going to do a darkism talk right after the show. Now, if you want to support the show financially, because I do need to pay for the venue, I need to pay for the marketing, I also need to pay for the live stream setup and the travel, you can go to my Cash App. And my Cash App is $Rashidalala, and I'm going to drop it in the chat. Give me a second. My Cash App is $Rashidalala. Okay. And you can also go to my GoFundMe, and I'm going to drop that link in the chat. You can also Google Rashida Strober GoFundMe, and it'll appear in the chat as well. So I'm going to drop that in the chat. Or you can go to my PayPal, which is icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. Once again, that's icecreamladydream@yahoo.com. And make a contribution because it supports my show. And I'm an independent. I have to do all this on my own. Nobody's giving me no money like, they are to these non-dark skinned women like that. I'm not being supported like that. So I have to produce this stuff on my own. So make sure y'all go and support. I'm going to quickly pull up the GoFundMe page here. And make sure y'all go and give. If you give $100 or more, that will secure your online ticket or your in-person ticket. And you say $100, well, that's actually, it's a fundraiser. So it's helping me to produce the show. So, and I also want to thank you very much, Teresa, once again, for the Cash App donation that you made. I really do appreciate that. I thank you all for watching. And I will be seeing you guys at the show. And y'all have a wonderful, peaceful rest of the day. It is the world's first and only dark-skinned activist, Rashida Strober. And I will talk to y'all again soon.